Hi, I'm Sara. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Sara. I run my own business called Creative Reads. You can find it on my socials, which will be listed down below. But this will be another little week in my life. So today is Monday. Now I don't work on Saturday, Sundays, but last night I could not help myself and I wanted to show you guys what I made. So I made a bunch of our Dragon Squad notebooks. So the front and the back, I am obsessed. Now if you do want, they are customizable, so you can add your name down below on the Etsy platform. But I got a brown, a green, purple, blue, and I am obsessed with the black because it really reminds me of a night sky. And I would love to eventually have this in silver as well instead of just the gold, but I just love it. But anyways, I'm not quite sure what I'm planning on doing today. I do have a few things I need to do. So I did make a bunch of small book covers a while ago, but I didn't test the design before I made it for the elastic straps. So I do need to go through eventually this week and fix those, because naturally I don't want to sell any that don't fit properly, but that will definitely be on the list to do this week. I think I would like to get a few more Kindle sleeves made because I am planning on going and doing a market soon, and I currently only have one of each Kindle case. So that's on the plan potentially. And I also do want to dabble in trying to make some extra large book sleeves. I do have the regular and the large, but I would like the large to be a little bit thicker for some, because there is a lot of thick books out there and they won't fit in the large book sleeve. So I think I might change those to a regular, medium and large. I don't want to go much higher with my book sleeves. I'm pretty happy with the height, but I definitely would love to be able to offer something that's a little bit wider. But we've got a week. I just like to play it by ear, see how we go. But let's get into the video. So I have a sale currently on, which is 50% off store-wide. I have received a few DMs about people putting in orders, but I know a lady is just about to put in an order for the notebooks. So she wants a purple and a green, which is so amazing. I'm so excited. I only recently started my small business, so orders are a little bit slow, but that is completely okay. That's normal. You have to start somewhere. But I am so excited to receive her order and pack it for her. I'm so excited for her to be able to get this, and we're gonna pack it together once the order goes through, because obviously I can't pack anything right now. I don't have the labels, but how exciting. So little one decided that she's hungry, so we are feeding her. But while I was sitting here, I realized I don't have any poly mailers in the size that I like to send things out in, like the bigger products. So the e-reader sleeves, book sleeves, notebooks, all of that. So I'm gonna quickly do an order and hopefully get those in soon, because I don't want to have to send everything in massive poly mailers if I don't need to, because I just don't want it to be unprofessional, I guess. I'm not really sure. Okay, so I just got Brittany's order. So if you're watching, thank you so much. She has got a fantasy book club holographic bookmark, a fantasy era metal bookmark, a purple notebook with our old design that we don't do anymore, but we did a special order. So that is a quest squad on the front with a rider's quadrant on the back. And then she also ordered the green notebook, which is our new design of the Dragon Squad, and I think it's Dragon Era on the back. Let me just yeah, so Dragon Squad on the front and Dragon Era on the back. So we're gonna get that made and packaged up. So the purple one, I do not have the old one made as I sold the last one last week, but we are going to get this made and out for Brittany. So I'm going to go through the holographic bookmarks. I've got quite a few made at the moment, which is great for when I start doing markets. So that's a fantasy book club. So if you're wondering, this is what it looks like. These are hand-drawn dragons. I do have the non-holographic version here just so I can get photos and show it. Hand-drawn dragons with a dagger, and it says Fantasy Book Club. And this is a thicker cardstock. It was one of the thickest ones I could find, but I am hoping to eventually get something just a little bit thicker. But we do have the Fantasy Book Club. Now, let's see, do I have any fantasy era? I do. Which ones do I want to go with? Let's have a look, pull them all out. That's... I only have 2 of the fantasy era metal bookmarks made, which I do need to make more. So I'm hoping that I will sit down later today and get some more done. But let's have a look, because I don't think I've got the ones that I've got on Etsy yet. So fantasy book. Yeah, so I don't have these ones on Etsy just yet. These have got the graphic dragons, the dagger and the star, and this one is also the graphic dragon, which I will show you which one is currently available. So these are the ones that are currently available on Etsy. So we do have the dragon with a lightning bolt and a dagger. We have the dragon, the butterfly and the star, the dragon, a crown and a star. And these all kind of remind me of Fourth Wing, but based on the theme she's gone for, I think I want to make one of these ones. Now, because I am just starting out, I do like to throw in a little freebie with my orders. And because she has gotten a lot of the dragon fantasy theme, I really want to do this magnetic bookmark. So these ones have got a little lining on the inside, and they do close really well. They stay in your book super easy, and they're very compact, so it's great if you do have little ones at home. But I think I'm gonna chuck this one in as well as a little freebie, because I just love giving freebies. I don't know about anyone else that has a little small business. I know, like, when you're starting, you probably shouldn't, but for me, I love it. It makes me so happy, and I love receiving orders. And if there's little freebies or stickers or anything in there, I am so excited. But also starting out, if I give away freebies and stuff, when people put posts up, because a lot of the people that do order from me do have little bookstagrams. So by having extra little things when they post pictures, it is a great way for promotions of things that are currently available on my website. Now, these do not fit my bookmarks, but I do like them because they do add that little bit of stability when packaging. So I'm gonna put these 2 like this, and then in this little bag, now they should fit because I'm pretty sure I measured to make sure that they would fit. If I'm not, which way does this go? Okay, let's try again. This way. Bam, bam, bam. Push that down a tiny bit. And there we go, that is packaged up. I've got this one, so I'll get the free sticker. It's these little 3D printed sticker dispensers. It is amazing. So there's those 2. I have got the Dragon Squad notebook here. I have got the purple one to make the Quest Squad and Riders Quadrant one, and then we will make the metal bookmark at some point today. So as you may know, or may not know, I do have 2 cats. Now there's one thing that I pride myself on with my work, and that is ensuring I do have a clean workspace at all times. And one of the things is I don't want people to know that I have cats. And the reason for that is, if you know I've got cats, based on my products, that means my cats have touched your products, and I do not want that at all. So one thing that I do every single day, every single morning, every single night, not last night because I was up till 1 o'clock, but if I have got products that are fabric, or so like the book sleeves, Kindle e-reader sleeves, discreet book covers, all of that, I am not going to be leaving them out on my desk, sewing machine, or anything, because I do not want my cats to lie on it. And being cats, if it is left out, they will. Now, personally, if I received a product from a small business and it had cat hair, dog hair, things like that, I would be a little bit upset, because I don't know if somebody is allergic to cats, all of that. So for me personally, I would much rather make sure my office is as clean as I possibly can, and that does involve making sure I wipe down and clean my desk twice a day. So if my cats do go on something, it is cleaned up before I even start. So that is what I'm currently doing, getting everything cleaned up. So I have got a clean workspace, and I also have a pet-free workspace. So I'm gonna keep cleaning, and I guess I will check in with you guys after, because this desk is clean, but I do have another desk that I put things on last night, and it's not fabric or anything, so I'm not concerned. It's more just like my laptop, some paper, and some offcuts that needs going to bin. But I will check in with you guys after. I'm gonna get this cleaned up, and I also really need to sweep the floor, because last night making these notebooks, there is so much of the vinyl on the ground, or like the really little pieces. So we do need to get that cleaned up, because it drives me nuts. I don't like how it looks. But anyways, enough talking. I will check in with you guys in a minute. So right now we are just going through and going on to Cricut, going into my design space and editing the new book cover for the notebooks and putting it with the old one. So I'm just changing the words when I find it. There it is. And then I will be able to print it out. Now, I do have one of the old notebooks here with their very original designs, but I don't want to risk the whole, what's it called, like fan art stuff. So I discontinued selling this, but I didn't do it that long ago. I already got the black loaded up. I have got all 3 pieces ready to go. So now I think I'm just going to chuck some YouTube on, get all of these weeded out, and then get everything put on to the notebook. But I'm not going to talk because I can't multitask, and I think we've all figured that out. But let's go and do this. Going to quickly make the metal bookmark. I can quickly get this soldered because I do like to have a soldered aspect to all of my keychains, just to make sure they are extra sturdy, extra durable, and they last. You wanted fantasy bookmarks, so I'm gonna go with this little dragon, a lightning bolt, and a dagger or sword. I don't know, it kind of depends on what you feel like it. I feel like it's probably more of a sword, but I'm going with a dagger. So we'll quickly get these done. Let me give you guys a close-up on how she looks. Absolutely stunning. Got the dagger, dragon, and the lightning bolt. So we just got to get this one soldered, and then we can pack up the rest of the order. So I've got my stamp. Ooh. So I'll let this dry, but it's just my logo on there. And I like to put that one in the bag, and then I put one of my logos on the outside of the bag as well. So that one will go in its own little bag. That one in there. That one. That dry. I lost my pen. There it is. Okay, so we have got that there. Note. Holographic bookmark. And then we've just got to do this. So got our clear bag, got the fantasy era stickers. So I'm not going to be putting the packing slip in just yet until I have got the metal bookmark soldered, ready to go in there, just to ensure that I do not forget it and it does go into that package. So I am going to call my mum, see if she can watch my daughter for 5 minutes while I get this soldered. If she can't, we'll just play it by ear. So we're improvising, no one's home, so we are out the front and doing the soldering out here instead of in the shed. So that took quite literally 5 minutes. I always think it's going to take so much longer, but we have got them soldered. You really can't see the solder, and that's kind of how I like it. But we're going to get this packaged up. And then I'm going to head down to the post office and get it all sent out. There's that one. So I honestly didn't even think to record this, but I figured why not? So I'm currently going through and I'm making little merch, I guess. A while ago I took a photo and it was of my rescued bearded dragon Rio with some little glasses sitting on one of my books, and I drew it up. Where is my iPad? I'm literally filming on my iPad. Yeah, it's been a long day, but I'll show you the picture because I've got it on my phone. So I drew it up and I've tried to get the colors nice and bright, and I'm going to do sublimation onto some blank canvas tote bags with Book Dragon approved, because I do like to do that with a lot of my products, is write Book Dragon approved, so I know that they're my products, and if the photos are used or anything, I do have proof that it is in fact my product. But how cute is that? I'm really impressed. So it's definitely moved on this side, so I can just do more tape. And I might need to outline the bearded dragon a little bit more. I mean, you can see it on camera, but in person, it's just not the best. So I'm gonna go tweak it a little bit. Actually, I might try it one more time, sticking it down some more, and then if that doesn't work, I will go and tweak the image a little bit more. Well, that's a lot better. So obviously it's creased, but that other side is looking a lot better. So the letters are a little bit off, but I know that they do work because of this side. So I think I actually kind of want to work on the dragon a little bit more and get her a little bit brighter. So the last thing I'm going to do is trying to do some sublimation on a drawing bottle for my brother. So they're just these metal, I think it's 16 ounce. I don't know, but they keep your drinks cold, hot, all of that. And he needs it for soccer, so he wanted a dinosaur and a unicorn and a smiley face with his name. He is 13. So I did get the sizing a little bit wrong, but that is really an easy fix. I can just angle it the tiniest bit. checked in, I think it was like 12 o'clock. I could not get my daughter to have a nap. She usually is only awake for an hour and then goes back to sleep, but today she had no intention. So we just made dinner, hung out, do what you can do with a 3-month-old. She's actually almost 4 months old. I think by the time this video's out, she will be 4 months Sunday. So yeah, by the time this video's out, she will be 4 months old. Okay. Oh, you can see me. Last night I went and made this darker. I do have the original still for other products, but for the sublimation I do need it darker because the sublimation ink doesn't print as brightly and everything as it would normally. The sublimation that I would like to try today. I'll show you guys the design though. And I'm currently drawing up another dragon one that will be hand drawn. We'll have a fantasy-like vibe. That turned out way better than I expected. So I've still got the heat glove on because the Kindle sleeve is still super hot. But this is the Book Dragon approved bag. Still had some slipping here which can be fixed easily with tape. The Kindle sleeve actually pressed super well. So I just need to make it a little bit bigger. Probably make my logo that little bit bigger so it can be seen. But how stunning! They turned out so good. So, I've got the Kindle sleeve. I changed it so it's just got the writing at the bottom instead of Creative Reads logo. And then I also did the same in a phone case. So I'll go into better lighting. Put you there. How cute. So this is a drop resistant phone case. This one's an 11. And then here is the Kindle sleeve. So I just need to make this part a little bit longer. But how cute. Honestly, pretty happy. Pretty happy. When this cools down a little bit, I'll show you. The colours have come through quite nicely, but it definitely needed quite a bit longer. Okay, so I do have quite a few. I ended up doing 4, one for longer and at 244, and then one at the 1 180. So we're going to show the difference. Okay, let's get this one out of the way. First one on this cup, I actually grabbed the wrong cup. This is not a sublimation cup, but this is one of their UV DTF cups. So that's a little bit embarrassing. Second one, this is with the 180. You can see it needed longer compared to this one. So this one's still very hot, but colours come through a lot better. The only thing is I would like the flowers to show up that little bit better. So I think that's going to be more of a design thing. I think I need to have things that have got thicker lines, because everything with the thicker lines has transferred super well. Now for the clear cups, let me see, you are still very hot. It has come through super nicely. I have a feeling this one with a cold drink in it would look super nice, but again, it's just these really thin lines. So you can barely see it on here. It's easier to show on this cup, but they're really thin flowers. No wonder it's burning me. The really thin flowers are the ones that are just not showing up very well. But I think I'm going to call it for sublimation for tonight. I'm going to sit down and keep working on designs, because I do have, I think it's 6 designs all up. What's everyone's plans this week? Because for me, I've got my daughter's appointment today with the maternal health nurse to see how she's growing. Tomorrow I'm catching up with a friend. And then Friday, I do believe I have nothing on. So I put in an order with Vistaprint last night for business cards, and on the front it's my logo with creative reads, making your reading cozy, comfy, cozy and cute. And then it's double-sided, so on the back it's got QR codes to my Etsy, Facebook and Instagram. So I'm so excited for those. And then I also ordered a mesh banner in pretty much the same design as the business cards, just a little bit different. Then the banner itself is black, same as the cards. So I'm super excited because I love black. I think it's so nice. Black, white and grey, those are my colours. If you ever watch my videos and you're sitting there thinking, oh my god, she never gets changed because I'm always in grey trackies. No, I just have 5 pairs of trackies. They are all different. If you look closely, there is small little features that are different. I also put in an order the other day for more of the casting powder, so I can make more of the bookshelf decor. I would also like to try out this week doing some resin bookmarks. I will check in with you guys later. Okay, I have printed all of the transfer sheets out. I just put them on Canva. Now I have decided, if this still doesn't work and it's just not going the way I'm wanting it to, I think I'm going to outsource and get them turned into UV wraps, so I can just put them straight onto the cups. Like, especially if they're just not turning out the way that I'm wanting them to, it's a waste of product, money and my time. So I would rather outsource and get the UV wraps made. I will try the sublimation again one last time, and if it still doesn't work, I'm just going to outsource. I've got 6 to try, and then I can see if it's the design, the actual sublimation process or what, but this is going to be the last attempt to get it to work. And if it doesn't, we are outsourcing, because I don't have the time, I don't have the patience. I am a mum to 2 little ones who's also running a small business, and once I go back to my full-time job, my time is very limited. But we're not going to get ahead of ourselves, as I'm already ahead of myself, and we will try this later, see how it goes. hopefully it works, because I do really want to be able to do this sublimation, but I'm at that point, you know? I've got the last one in now, but I think I am gonna go with just buying the UV wraps. Okay, I got a little bit distracted because I got a package. Okay, first off, I got some white stickers. I know, wow. I also got some pink stickers, some more white stickers, and then, I'm so excited. So, I bought a label printer. I do have one, but it doesn't actually work for labels. Like, I actually looked at so many reviews. Oh, how nice. Oh, so exciting. So I just put in the order. I did 2 UV DTF by the meter orders for bookmarks. So I want to try those for the acrylic bookmarks. And then I also did 4 of each wrap. I'm back. So it is now Thursday, and it has been a really long day. I have not been home all day. We have been out and about. But last night I managed to get quite a few bookmarks made. So I'm out in the shed, if you can't tell, because I need to solder all of the little clasps together, because I do not want them to fall apart, and I do like them to be extra sturdy, and that is how I market them as well, is that they are extra sturdy, and that is because they have that soldered feature. We got a package, and it's really heavy. It's 18 kilos. So this is casting powder for my little bookshelf decors. We've got the book dragon, the ghost. This one I'm working on because I would like to have some painted ones, but this is a dragon coming out of an egg. We have got some gold paint. You really can't see it, but it is shimmery. That does not help at all. Oh, kind of. You see the shimmers? So I got gold. Got green oxide. Titanium white. Yes. Oh, look at that. So this is all from Solid Solutions. They had a really good deal, and their prices are really good. So if you're into crafting all of that, I would highly recommend Solid Solutions. They are an Australian-based business, which was something I was really looking for when I was looking for products, all of that. I wanted to support an Australian business, and I came across Solid Solutions, and I was just really happy with their products, pricing, etc. Okay, so we had the green, the white. We have got an unbleached titanium. a island blue, magenta light, light violet, and Mars black. Ooh, that is really nice. Fast curing epoxy resin. Alrighty, so on to the bookmarks. So I got everything soldered, as you guys already saw. Now this, let's turn this one around this way. Okay, so this one. This is the fantasy bookmark. It has got the dragon, the lightning bolt, and the dagger, or sword, depending on what you want to call it. And then I also have the dragon, the star, and the dagger. So this one is the graphic dragon with the lightning bolt and dagger. And this one is the graphic with the star and the dagger. So first one, so when you order, you've actually got two options. Now the option you're choosing from is the colour of the rose. So you have got in this one a red rose, the bee, and a pink butterfly. The white flower. Now this one has a dragonfly because that's what I had in stock. But I've tried to get them so it looks like they're going to the flower, but let's get both. How cute. And then this one's another garden one with a green butterfly and red rose. And then the dark fantasy one that I made is the crow, the lock, and the key. So when it dangles, the crow, the main charm is usually the one that's longer, and then I have two other on either side. So I'm gonna fix up this book sleeve. So this is the Blue Meadow book sleeve, and the issue with all of them when I made them was I used the paper template and didn't really test it out, which is awesome, except I'm not happy where these elastics are, and I added my own closure cover. So let's use this book as an example. Get both of these on this side. Now the way I've designed it, for the most part, majority of them, should have the inner lining on the outside when it is open. You slip the front cover into this sleeve here, lay it down flat, pick up all of these pages so you've got the back cover, flip this piece over, and it should meet with this. However, as you can see, it doesn't. So I'm going to be moving them over. Now, if you've got a thinner book, you will have more fabric, so it will go in a lot better. But this design, I did change it, so it's got a bookmark. We'll put the bookmark in. And it has got a little tab to keep your books closed. So when you're not reading it and you're traveling, you got this. And it does have that little bit of wiggle room, because some books are that awkward size where they're not quite the 7 inches, but they're not quite 8 inches either. So this gives that little bit of wiggle room. But how cute is it? So again, this is the Blue Meadow. And I love it. But we do have to go through and fix that elastic strap, because if I'm not happy with it, I don't think my customers would be either. Okay, so if it's not obvious, my glasses are broken. My son broke them, but I couldn't see the stitches, so we had to break them out. Before I do the closing stitch, I want to test to make sure it actually works. So with these ones, I have made it so the elastic strap lines up with this one for the most part. But get my book again. Same as before, front covered in, have these on the back. Now the reason is so when it's on the back, it's the first one that you have to grab. So much better. So now let me just make sure it's nice and tight, but you can see it does line up. Big shocker, I decided I'm just gonna do these because I am so tired. I just wanna watch videos. I don't wanna have to unpick everything. It has been a really long week, and if you can't tell, it's just one of those weeks where I don't get much time at the sewing machine. And when I do get time, I just don't really want to. Just cutting in real quick to show you guys how this little dragon is going. I'm currently on Solid Solutions website and I am ordering more because let me just, back here, you can see it actually is like gold. The pigment is so good. I'm not gonna lie, originally this is Kmart paint and I'd done it with the flowers and all of that, and I've just done one coat and it has covered it all. It is so pretty. I actually love it. So I'm gonna order more in different colors because it's on sale. Why not? But it's definitely made it. So I'm gonna get a brown so I can repaint this one, because this is actually 3 coats of the brown and you can see it's just not it. I'm going to put UV resin on the eyes to make them pop just a little bit more. Now, I haven't tried this before, so I actually don't know how it's going to turn out. And it will take about like 5 minutes. So with this one, I think I'm going to do the eyes and the little gem. So what I'm watching is Off Campus. I'm on, I think there's only 1 season out at the moment. Yeah. And there's 8 episodes, and I'm already on episode 4. But yeah, it follows L. Kennedy's book series of Off Campus. But I didn't listen to the first audiobook. I listened to every other one, so I guess I've got to wait and find out. But this first one should be ready. I've just taken them out of the UV light, but they have turned out so cute. So first off, we've got the black dragon, and you can actually see like it does reflect. This one, it's like made it so much cuter. I still gotta fix this, we know, that's okay. But, look at the little frog. So the camera doesn't even do it justice, like it's just so cute. This one especially is just so cute, but I'm waiting on the dark brown to come to do this egg and the bottom of the book, and then the dark green to come for the frog, and I think I got some other colours that I'd like to try on the cape, because I feel like it should be a dark colour as well. Not sure yet, but I'm going to bed, so I'll see you guys later today. Good morning, it is now Friday, it is 10:33 a.m, got my morning energy drink, getting going. I wanted to come on and say that I put in an order last night through Zella, another local Australian business, for a handheld card machine, and it's actually already on its way. I got a notification earlier that it has already been shipped, so that's super exciting. It's very cute, compact, and it was way cheaper than Square. They currently have a sale on for both of the smaller handheld machines. It actually looks a lot like a phone. They are currently $99 instead of $199, and it's the exact same as Square. And my mum and I sat down, there's lots of good reviews, so we decided to go through there and put in the order. So that is super exciting. I'm getting this one shipped out today, which is also super exciting. And then I think a bit later, because we do have quite a few errands to run today, I'm going to start working on unpicking all of the other small book sleeves and moving the elastic. So that will be later. I'll check back in at some point today. Apparently this week is the week of packages, parcels, all of that. I put in the order with Vistaprint Monday or Tuesday previously in this video, and guess what has arrived? So we're going to open it up. You guys get to come with me, and we are going to have a look at the banner. I'm not sure if the cards will be in here too, but we can have a look. I just can't believe how quick it is. Also, please note, I usually don't get this many packages in a week. Are we ready? Okay, I'm pretty sure it goes this way. Oh! That is so cute. How cute is that? I love it. I love it. Oh, look at this. Oh. It has been quite a while. It is now 5:40 and I'm gonna just start unpicking all of these small book covers. It is now 8:45, so it has been a hot minute since I was last here. I've got every single book sleeve unpicked and put in the correct spots. So now we're going to get the sewing machine out, sew them all up, and then I think I might test them out just to double check. The reason I'm really glad that I double checked and tested my products is more because I want to be able to fit big books as well, not just the standard books. And there is a big size difference. And I want people to just be able to get one product that will fit. I don't want people to have to spend heaps of money to have a book cover, because it's quality over quantity to me. I would rather you just have to buy one product that you absolutely love instead of having to keep coming back and buy more things. And I know for a business, usually you want people to come back, but I want people to come back because they love their products. And I don't know how to explain it, but I'm hoping it makes sense. So if I have it just before the dip, I'm hoping that'll be enough. I have not unpicked all of them this much. It's just this one because I realized as I was unpicking it that I'd fixed some spots, which you couldn't tell, but I figured since I'm unpicking parts, I might as well do it all and have it clean and done. Where'd you go? And the original opening for this one was at the top, not at the bottom. So I'm gonna change that as well. So it's just like all the other book covers. Okay, let's do a little, so it'd be there, in, so there. Line it up, straight, there. Okay, that will definitely work. So that's good because with my template, I can go through and change all of that. But now I have got 14 more to move. Okay. It's now 9:42. We're gonna get these sewed up. I'm so tired. Okay, I will see you guys soon. They're all done. So this one is Kookaburra Haven. So this is Mystic Butterfly with a pink little ribbon. This is Blue Meadow. I love this one, it's so pretty. And then a black. That is the end of my work week. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to subscribe, check out my socials and my Etsy, which are both listed down below. Thank you for watching and I will see you next week.